name's Anthony Peacock, and I'm going to just talk to you about a situation that happened to me last year. So last year, on the 18th of August, I suffered a myocardial infarction, which is a heart attack. It happened at work. I drove to work. I didn't feel too well in the morning, but I still drove to work because, I love to work. And I felt really bad when I was at work. And and it's just like the films, the movies, you feel a pressure on your chest. Your arm, it's got pins and needles on your left arm. So I'm feeling this. It was quite early because I wanted to go to the gym, but I spoke to Howard Hollister, who is the facilities manager, and I said, "Look, Howard, I think I might be having a heart attack. Could you phone an ambulance?" So with that, Howard phoned an ambulance, gave me an aspirin, which is to thin the blood. He grabbed the heart starting machine, should we say, and he came and sat with me and was very calm whilst he phoned the ambulance. The ambulance took about 5 minutes to get here. They treated me. They gave me another aspirin. They sprayed a special spray, a glycerin spray under my tongue, which opens everything up inside your body. Now, I felt a little bit better than that, but they took me to hospital, where I had a blood test, and they came back to me a couple of hours later while I was still there and said, "Yes, you've definitely had a heart attack." So I was booked into the hospital. This was on a Friday. It was a Friday, and they just fitted me in to have a procedure after x-raying me, doing monitors on the heart to see what was wrong. They went in, took me away, and I had an angiogram. Now, what that is they put a line in your wrist here, which goes all the way up to your heart, and they can spray some dye in there. Now that will show you on their PIC cameras what's wrong. And what had happened was one of my arteries was damaged and blocked, so no blood was going into that side of the heart correctly. So what they did is put a stent, which is a small tube, in again up there into the artery, which holds it open and allows the blood to go in. Now, that helped me, and I was in the hospital for 2 days, and then I came home. Unfortunately, I went back into the hospital about a day later because I couldn't breathe properly. Now, the cause of this was I had a reaction to one of the medications I was having. Now, I went back into hospital for 4 days. They changed the medication. I felt a lot better. I went home. Unfortunately, a day later, I was still having breathing problems and went back in again. Now, they had another look. They went back into my arm, all the way into my heart, and had a look again, and just to make sure everything was okay. It was, the thing that was happening was, it was the old medication was still coming out of my system, and we're waiting for the new one to come in. And ever since then, I have been fine. I've been home, and it took about 3 months of recovery to get my strength back, be able to come back to work, and everything like that. I am on medication now for the rest of my life. I've just finished the first medication, which I won't have anymore, but I have certain medications for the rest of my life, another 5 tablets a day, and I have to watch my cholesterol and things like that. Now, what lessons have I learned from my heart attack? What I do all the time now is I look at what I eat. I look at the fat content in it. I look at saturated fats. I look at sugar. Since this has happened, I used to go to the gym 5 times a week. I don't go anymore, but I do exercise. But I've lost 1.5 stone in weight. So I feel a bit better from that as well. So that's probably the biggest lesson is watch what you eat. When you're young, you can eat everything, but as you get a little bit older, like myself, you have to look at what you eat. Another thing to think about is that we have World Heart Day coming up, and it's what that means to me. So for me, the World Heart Day is an opportunity to educate on the dangers of heart disease, promote healthy living, educate on diet and regular exercise and physical activity. You don't need to wait for the World Heart Day to begin. You can do all of this throughout the year, but it's really good to educate people, talk to people, and there's so many things they can do to help them. That's my story.